someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. 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 Never turn my back on my guys when they need me. Gotta give respect for my job, it ain't easy. And a good mental state of God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos. Coming up next.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, such a great quarterbacking tradition here in the Mile High City. It continues with the presence now of Russell Wilson. What's your outlook of year two?
Cautiously optimistic, because Russell Wilson, a down year last year, but he's been so great throughout his career, you expect him to get back to those heights. Pair him with Sean Payton, the new head coach, put those two minds together, and I'm expecting Denver to be much improved.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Vikings, we know all about the skilled players on offense, but they're looking to make up some ground on the defensive side of the ball this season, as they were second from the bottom in total defense a year ago.
What they want to do is find a way to be more consistent on that side of the ball and not rely on making big plays late in games in order to secure victories. They want to be able to stop people earlier. That's what they're looking to do in 2023.
Now the third-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Throwing is Wilson. And that nearly intercepted on his very first throw of the game. Fortunate there. It's second down. Now Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On third down, Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Broncos. Adam Troutman from 21 yards away. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a 7th-year pro and a literal rocket scientist. Here's Joshua Dobbs.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Going to run with Madison again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Back to throw, Dobbs. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the big...
And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. DJ Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Dobbs. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, now they'll stop play here at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back deep for Denver, the rookie Marvin Mims. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken around the 12. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up the 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the 1st drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through a 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
2nd quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg. Right side, it's Manhurts, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Throwing here, Dobbs. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, Dobbs to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. 23 yards the pickup there. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams taking it in from 14 yards out. And the 3-touchdown lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Dobbs now on second down. Dancing to his left. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Here's Dobbs to throw.
The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it.
And he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Dobbs finding Hawkinson here on the out route.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Dobbs. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Kevin O'Connell has a play call ready. His guys going for it on 4th.
That is caught. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Dobbs and the throw here caught by Addison.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, we saw a strong performance out of the veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. he fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Dobbs. Pass complete to Addison. And he's taken down right away at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Dobbs. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. Got to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This goes out wide from Madison. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. To throw is Dobbs. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Dobbs' throw taken in by Hockenson here. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Dobbs. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Gets past one man, and they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Broncos are able to widen their advantage.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Lutz good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Dobbs is throwing. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. There he goes left side. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 23 yards, the final tally. Here's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. And they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Minnesota. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing here, Dobbs. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Dobbs. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Back to throw, Dobbs. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Joseph's got it, and that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. Really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On second down, Dobbs.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. Returnable here from the 38. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.